What's up, guys? This is Blake Griffin, and you're watching Behind the Design with BR Kicks. Right here in my hand, I have the AJ34, the newest member of the Jordan family. Some really interesting concepts going on here. A lot has gone into it, and this will be the shoe that I wear for the first time this year.
Yeah, my name's Tate Curvis. I'm a senior footwear designer for Jordan Brand. Yeah, so when we work on a game shoe, Michael's really important because this is his shoe, and we have a lot of early on discussions with him before we even start sketching on paper. And one of his things was, let's take back the courts, and we really honed in on that, and that's where we really wanted to push the performance side of the shoe. And when we showed him the original prototype, he was impressed with how far we wanted to push it, because I think, even for him, he really wants to push the brand, he wants to push the game shoe and push it into the future as much as possible.
It's funny, so I've worked with Michael for several years, and I've seen the good and the bad. I've seen us present some things and they're like, no, hell no, But I've also seen him give you that huge smile, and with this project, man, seeing a smile on his face from day one was pretty exciting.
Switching over to the Jordan Brand family was huge for me. I immediately felt like I was a part of sort of an elite or exclusive family. To be synonymous with the greatest basketball player to ever play, and knowing that he cares a lot about the product and what he's putting out there, and that we are in something that's going to give us every advantage we possibly need is important to me.
So the inspiration behind the Air Jordan 34 didn't come from just one car or one thing or one element. We actually looked at a lot of different things. We looked at technology. We actually looked at this driverless race car that also had this interesting concept where you could start to see through it. There was a lot of material removed. That was a huge inspiration for the shoe. But we also looked at nature. We looked at canyons and how canyons kind of erode and there's material being removed out of it. So, as a designer, we look to get inspiration from all kinds of different things. Sometimes it could be one thing, but I would say for the 34, we really looked at a lot of elements and pulled them together for the shoe.
Biggest challenge was the idea that I think Jordan laid up to us, which was to experience a low-to-the-ground feel with the maximum responsiveness, that kind of flight feel that he loves out of shoes, and for it to top as one of our lighter weight shoes that we've ever done in Jordan.
The initial thoughts was, I really like the idea behind this, and it's kind of like deconstruction or I guess reconstruction, or stripping away things that you don't need in a shoe, and sort of keeping the bare essentials on. For me, a shoe that's stable is very important, and also a shoe that you don't have to really even think about, like a shoe that you almost feel like you're not really wearing anything, or a shoe that's a part of your foot. So for me, this kind of does that with the upper being so movable or adaptable. On the bottom, like the herringbone traction is some of the best in the game. So that's important for me. And then also just the lightweight factor is important. Playing 82 games, running up and down the court, and carrying a shoe with you, believe it or not, puts even more burden on the already long season. So I'm pretty sure this is the lightest shoe that we've ever had with the brand. So it obviously accomplishes that.
If we look at the heel is done separately to offer the best bucket kind of sensation that we can get. Somebody always loves to be put into the heel bucket because that equals control upon their ankle. But then even, you can see that green that's more in the forefoot. That's the amount of reinforcement we needed. We didn't need any more, we didn't need any less. This was exactly it. So I would say as a composition, it's really well architected.
I think a lot of the athletes that put the game shoe on, at first they're kind of like intrigued by the way it looks. They're intrigued by the nature of it being cut out. But I would say like they pick it up and they're impressed by how lightweight it is. And I think they're a little bit unsure if this is going to work, but as soon as they put it on and feel the zoom underneath their foot, the court feel, how responsive it is, and how lightweight it is, I think they're pretty impressed.
I'm Blake Griffin with the Air Jordan 34, and that's a wrap on Behind the Design with BR Kicks.